In this month's show, we will be having a close-up look at the Gazelle helicopter, which has been in service with the Army Air Corps for over 30 years. And Izzy will be finding out about life as a Gazelle pilot and meeting up with an old friend.
And again, if you want to go faster.
She's slowing down purposely. Yeah, well, fine, just told her to do that.
The Gazelle may be a small helicopter, but it's played a big role in the Army Air Corps for over 30 years. Since the first days of military flying, air observation has played a key role in the battlefield. Kites and balloons were first used for this role, and in the 1940s and 50s, aircraft like the Oster were used as the British Army's main air observation platform. The Army has also experimented with other aircraft such as the Rotoshoot and the Autogyro, but in the 1960s, helicopters took on the role. The Army Air Corps' helicopters included the Skeeter, the Sioux, and the Scout. In 1973, the Gazelle helicopter came into service and it took on the air observation role. It was perfectly suited to the job, as it's small, fast, and very agile, which means that it could work well with the modern artillery. It could cover a lot of ground very quickly, or searching out enemy targets. It could also easily hide itself away in the trees. With a top speed of 198 miles per hour, the Gazelle is still one of the world's fastest helicopters. The Gazelle first went to war in 1982 in the Falklands, and then subsequently saw service in Kosovo and the First Gulf War. As well as air observation, the Gazelle has been used for casualty evacuation, command and control, and communications relay. And it has been a great hit with air show audiences with its displays with the Blue Eagles. At Middle Wallop, the Gazelle is used for training, and Izzy has been to meet a Gazelle pilot, Lieutenant Hannah Gould, who we first saw last year when she just qualified as a helicopter pilot.
So Hannah, last time we saw you, you were getting your wings. How did you feel that time, and how proud are you now?
To be honest, it seems like an absolute age ago, but I've never been so nervous, I have to say. Standing formed up, waiting for my name to get called out, my heart was beating so fast, it was ridiculous. It was comparable to when we commissioned from Sandhurst, and I thought that was, the best feeling ever. But all the hard work that goes into passing the pilot's course, it builds up so much that moment when they finally say, yeah, you've done it, just superb.
So last time you also won another award. What was that for?
I won the award for Best Improved or Most Improved Student on the pilot's course, which is almost like the wooden spoon. But actually, it's showing the improvement from when I first started, which there was quite a lot of it because I wasn't very good when I started. But no, and I finished on a high, which is wonderful. So yeah, I'm very proud to have got that award.
So you moved from trainee pilot to qualified pilot, and so how are you feeling, and what was your first posting? Where do you think you'll be going next?
The change from being a trainee to a qualified pilot is quite a jump. You're treated as a student, very much so, sort of mollycoddled, but tested all the time. Every single flight you go on, you're continuously tested. Once you're qualified and you've converted onto whichever aircraft type they give you sort of more of a free rein. So the flying's a lot more fun, it's a lot less pressured, and my first posting was Northern Ireland on Gazelle, and I went out last July. Most of the flying out in Northern Ireland is either training flights to further your flying abilities or tasking.
So I hear you also went to Canada too. What did you do there?
Yeah, I did go to Canada. I was very lucky actually. It was only about a month after after I got to Northern Ireland, I was lucky enough to go out to Canada to support the MRX, which is a mission rehearsal exercise for one of the brigades who are going on Op Eric this year. It's brilliant flying. The weather's wonderful out there. The terrain's quite flat, so you haven't got too many obstacles in terms of flying into things or what have you. And you're flying in support of the troops on the ground, so it's wonderful. It's sort of real army flying. And because there isn't a huge detachment out there of Gazelles, you get lots of flying in as well. So I got loads and loads of hours. It was just, it's fantastic, and it's really good to see from the air what the battle group on the ground are doing as well. So in terms of furthering one's sort of military knowledge and situational awareness, it's superb. And luckily I'm going out this year again as well, so I've got July until October this year to go out and do it all again.
Do you want to go on operational tour, or do you just want to stay away from the fighting?
I'd love to go on operational tour. I won't do on the Gazelle because the Gazelle isn't operational. We do get the chance to go and do ground tours as a pilot, but do a ground tour, so you're working within the helicopter force headquarters. If I was to convert to Lynx or Apache, Lynx have just gone back out to Afghanistan. But yeah, I definitely want to go out on operations. That's why one joins the army, I think.
So Hannah, what's the next stage of your career? What do you like doing, and where are you going to go?
There are a couple of things that are going on this year actually, so it's quite soon. I did a promotion course in January so that I can pick up to captain, so I'll have another pip on my shoulder, well, another 2 pips I suppose, but that it won't be till July, so I've got another couple of months to wait until then. I'm going out to batters, as I said, in July till October, but whereas last year I went out as a pilot, so I was literally just flying the aircraft. This year I'm going to be going out as an aircraft commander, so I'll be in the left-hand seat if there are 2 of us, and I'll be commanding the aircraft, telling the pilot where to fly and what have you, sort of making the decisions, or flying it on my own from the right-hand seat as the commander. And then who knows? There are quite a lot of options open to me, which is one of the wonderful things about going Gazelle first, in that you generally will have to go and fly something else. I'm interested in going out to Belize or Brunei, out to the jungle to fly the Bell 212, which I think would be a wonderful 2-year tour. And being fairly young and extremely junior in terms of not only an officer but also as a pilot, I'm not sort of set in my ways yet, if that makes any sense. So it'll be easy, relatively easy for me to go and re-roll onto another aircraft type.
So Hannah, overall, how would you describe your job as an Army Air Corps helicopter pilot?
It is the most fun, challenging, very challenging at times, and time consuming as well, planning and training, but the best decision I ever made to start flying training. It's
Never regret it?
No, never regret it. It's constantly finding new things out, whether that's about yourself, about flying in general. It's fantastic. I can't sell it enough. It's been wonderful, and you meet some superb, really excellent people. The nature of the training itself, much like a lot of the army training actually, you go through things with your course mates that you wouldn't do normally. So you build really strong bonds and really strong friendships, who are friends for life. And you've always got that bond of failing a trip and then passing it the next day and the elation. But yeah, superb, absolutely superb. And who wouldn't want to be a helicopter pilot when you get to fly around in one of these? Have you sat in one before?
No.
Do you want to have a look?
Yes, please.
Let's go. The person who sits in this seat is normally the commander. Mm-hmm. If it's just one person flying, then you sit in the right-hand seat.
Okay.
We'll leave Izzy and Hannah looking over Gazelle as we've reached the end of this month's show. We look forward to seeing you all again on the 1st of June for another episode of Young Eagles.